Hi, Courtney here, and I want to talk to you about something that I heard from another YouTuber named Kate Caden, and it really had an impact on me. I have been in the simple living, voluntary simplicity world for most of my adult life, and I'm almost 52. So, a lot of times, the stuff I hear, and if you listen to this stuff, if you're not new to it, that you hear it over and over and over again, the same thing. And this is something that she said, and it just really hit me. I'm not sure that I've never heard it before, but for some reason, it really stuck this time. And this was to plan in quarters. And so I had, and it really makes sense. She was talking about this is the way she does her budget. Because, like in the summer, you may have vacations going on. Holiday times obviously are going to be a bit different because you're buying presents and there's activities and things like that. You may have slow times of your year. Like generally, January, February, and March are not like super expensive times of the year for us. But, holidays and summers, especially around, late spring, we're going to be going on vacation and things like that. So I thought that was super helpful to know. And I have started budgeting around that 3-month budget. So I wanted to kind of tell you how that works. So right now I was working on the budget, and I'm still just a pen and paper girl, and I had put some money into savings today. Well, I just realized as I turned this video on that I did not take out money for the homeowners policy because I've been working on that. So I will say, okay, we are now in the third quarter of the year, which would be July, August, and September. And I know that I've got, what money is coming in and what money is going out, but I also know that our homeowners is due, and I generally pay that a year at a time. And I just realized I didn't budget for that, and it is a lot. It's $2,100. I've been working on getting it down. So I will probably redo this budget for that amount of time. We generally try to save about, I don't even know what the percentage is. We have a certain number we try to save every month. So our paychecks go into my account. Our account, I have a separate account for my work as a yoga therapist, but it's real sporadic, and our Airbnb is real sporadic. So we don't actually take any money out of there at all. It just kind of goes to pay for certain things, like in my yoga therapy account, it pays for my license, my certifications, my insurance, car repairs, things like that, and it just sits. And any kind of function that I do related to work. And every once in a while, I'll use some of that money for something special, like to go see my kids or something like that. The other, on the Airbnb, I have been saving that money to build a washer and dryer area on the Airbnb. And I also pay things out of there that would be tax deductible. So those are not included in this budget. This budget is our paychecks from our roofing business and my husband's W-2 paycheck. So I just do that a quarter at a time, and you kind of know how to plan for 3 months at a time. Big projects that are coming up, vacations, big bills, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. And the other wonderful thing about that is it informs what you plan to do. And I was talking to my yoga therapy clients about this the other day. So much of the time, like we teach a plant-based diet where I work in lifestyle medicine. And so much of the time, if you get caught up in the long term, it becomes overwhelming. If you think to yourself, well, I am never going to eat such and such again, or I am never going to do such and such again, or I have to exercise 5 days a week for the rest of my life, that can feel super overwhelming. So we tell people just for today, or just for this period of time. Sorry, I've got allergies are really bothering me today. So we think in like, just for this period of time, we're going to do this. And that really helps me because that says to me, okay, for this next few months, we're going to focus on these things. And at the next quarter, we'll have a focus. And it just kind of gives my brain and my mind a place to rest, that I don't have to always be overly focused on what we're going to do next year. I am a big planner. I have long-term plans all the way out through our retirement until we pull the plug and we're fully retired. My husband's 64, I'm 51. We're going to kind of do a gradual retirement over the next 4 years. And in the next 4 years, we expect to be fully retired, At least I think so. I'm not saying we won't do side gigs for a little extra cash here and there just for fun. I mean, I even thought this morning I went to a little cute little local cafe and they really needed help. And I thought, I really wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind working a few mornings serving breakfast. I mean, just for a little bit of cash might be fun. I'd meet people, I'd get out. So I'm not saying I'll never work again after I turn 55, but I want to be financially able to retire. So budget in quarters and then let it shape what you do and what projects you're working on. It's a great way to not get overwhelmed. So for us right now, we'll say I am going to focus on we're rebuilding our barn. We've been getting some painting done around the house. We have hired a painter, so I have the money already set aside for that. We've got to pay our homeowners insurance. Car insurance, I don't think that comes up till October. And I'm just going to keep focusing on renting the Airbnb out about 3 weekends a month. And at the end of September, I have been saving. I would like to buy some I-bonds because the rate is changing on those in October, or could change on those in October. And I want to open a solo 401k by the end of September. So I have these kind of plans in place of what I'm going to do. I hope that's been helpful for you. It was super helpful for me. And like I said, if you're a planner, it helps you kind of shrink down and minimize that kind of larger plan into a smaller chunk that's a little bit more digestible, if that makes sense. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.